Hey guys, welcome back to Bibliophile Reads. I'm Courtney, and today you're joining me for my December pile of possibilities. I wanted to say TBR, but we all know at this point that I'm a mood reader. I have an idea of what I want to read, and then things go off the rails. But I pulled some books that I've been looking to read this month. So this month, not necessarily a theme, but I do love to incorporate quite a bit of Christmas and holiday themed books. And then I also am trying to finish books that either I'm in the middle of or that I really want to have read this year and I haven't yet. And so that is my goal. So let's go ahead and get started with some of the physical books I have sitting in front of me. I'm going to try to, for the newer books, share with you the book and what I know about it, but not try to read the synopsis because I don't want to give away too many details. So the first book I'm desperately trying to finish is my reread of A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. I think I talked about this in a recent video or wrap up, but I really want to reread this book because I read it like everybody else with ACOTAR, and I did not like it. It didn't mesh for me. It didn't mix with the whole story. But as a standalone, I think it could be a phenomenal book. I am currently only about 80 so pages in, and I've been reading it for a couple weeks. But I'm only reading it lightly, but I really want to dig in and get this reread done by the end of the year. I want to give Nesta her chance, and I want to see the Nesta Cassian sort of romance build, but as its own storyline, not in relation to the other ACOTAR series. So that is on the list. One of the books that has been really hyped this year that I got from Book of the Month Club in September was the Coco Meller's Blue Sisters. I want to get this done because I've heard phenomenal things about it, and I'm in my literary fiction era. And all I know about this book is it's about 4 sisters, and one of the sisters dies, and now we're kind of dealing with that. And so I imagine there's probably going to be some flipping between past and present, the development of the sisterhood, and dealing with grief and things like that. So I want to read this. It sounds sad, but actually I think it might be really good. I also have The Starling House. Guys, I tried to read this in October and it just didn't hit for me. There was nothing wrong with it. It's not a very long book at all. It just didn't hit for me. And so I do want to try to read this by the end of the year. And then I also have Kristen Hanna's Fly Away, which is the second book in, which one is it? Firefly Lane. And I haven't been putting this off. I just wanted to find the right time to read it, and this is the right time. And so I loved Firefly Lane. It was my first Kristen Hanna book and the first book I ever have actually cried to. And so I want to read the second one, of course. And then at Barnes today, it's Black Friday that I'm filming this. At Barnes, I just picked up Mad Honey by Jodi Picoult. I think that's how you say her last name. And that book sounds amazing, and it sounds like a woman who used to live in a small town comes back to a small town with her son, who's a teenager, and then another family, it's a single mom and a single daughter, come, and the kids are in high school together, and they fall in love, and then the girl comes up missing. And so the suspicion is that the son did it. And so that sounds really good. Also, shout out to Jodi because she put on her TikTok that I guess people have been coming at her for her political views because she does not support Trump. Neither do I. So if you do and that's important to you, no, I do not. She had put on her TikTok that, people are telling her not to get political with her books. And then she went down her catalog of books and all of them have a political basis in them. And I was like, snaps, go off. So I had to support her and get a physical copy of that. That's actually downstairs. I'm not running to get it, but that's also on my list. Okay, so let's think about books that are holiday-ish or that are ebooks. Okay, one of the books on my list that I'm actually in the middle of reading, it's on my Kobo. It's called Perfect Fit by Claire Gilmore. And this book follows Josephine, who is a CEO of a clothing brand. She's looking for consultants to work with, and the person she ends up working with is an ex, a friend of a friend that she knew in high school. And obviously sparks are gonna fly, so looking forward to reading that one. And it's a beautiful cover, so I love that. Okay, next I want to read Wreck My Plans by Jillian Meadows. I have this on my Kindle. It's actually on Kindle Unlimited. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, that'd be a great book for you. And this is a spicy holiday romance, which love. And this follows Lena, who is an artist who just lost her job. She decides to come back to her hometown. You guys know it's my favorite trope. And she, another person who comes to her hometown is her brother's best friend, another one of my favorite tropes. And he's back after being off the grid for 3 years, and they're going to reconnect, and sparks are gonna fly. So I'm excited to dig into that. I really haven't, although it's been sitting on my Kindle as like my book I'm in the process of reading. I'm only like maybe 8 pages in. I couldn't tell you anything that's really happening. I just have been kind of vibing towards the end of this month, so I wasn't really reading much, but I'm excited to dig into that one. It looks so cute. Okay, the next book that I want to read is such a cute book. It's also on Kindle Unlimited. It's called Alphemies to Lovers. This book follows the son of Santa and a runaway daughter from an elf. That's all I need to know. It's so cute. It's so cheeky. It's just going to be corny, romance, cute. And so I'm excited to read it. I'm trying to think. It's got 4.1 stars right now, so I think it's pretty good. And it's a short book. I want to say, oh yeah, it's 274 pages. So I think that's one of those cute, quick romances to get through this time of year. Next up, I want to read The Songbird of, Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent. This is the 3rd book in the Crown of Nyaxia series. I don't know much, except I've already read book 1 and book 2, and so I want to go on to book 3. And it's on my Kindle. I believe it's on Kindle Unlimited, but I purchased it. And I just want to stay in the world and figure out what happens next. It's kind of a long time since the 2nd book came out, because I think the 2nd book came out, or at least I read the 2nd book last year, and so I'm gonna have to re-jog my memory when I get into the 3rd book on all that happened, but I hope that happens quickly for me, because I really like Carissa Broadbent's writing in fantasy. She writes in a way that is very accessible if you're not really into high fantasy, and it just reads really well. The next book that I would like to read, I'm actually currently reading this one. I just started it yesterday, but it's moving fast already, so I'm trying to slow down, is Love in Winter Wonderland by Abiola Bello. And this book is a YA Christmas teen romance, and we follow a girl who, a boy whose family owns a independent bookstore, and they are trying to keep up because they have a new sort of big brand bookstore that just moved in across the street. There's a girl involved somewhere. There's going to be romance and sparks flying, but it's just starting off really good. It's set in London. It gives cozy, it gives cold, it gives sweater. I'm here for all of it. Next, I want to finish Chalice of the Gods and hopefully get into the 2nd book. This is the 6th Percy Jackson book. I'm halfway through with it, and nothing is wrong with it except I just don't reach for it. I have the hardcover, and it's good. We have Percy going on some quests in order to get into a really good college, and he's got his whole crew with him, and so he has to go to each god and get a quest, and so I think that is really fun. Next, I want to read up How the Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. I also don't know much about this book. I just know that Megan Quinn writes amazing romances. Oh, I do know it is enemies to lovers. We have a grumpy guy who lives in sort of a town that really loves Christmas, and then we have the sunshine moves in to her aunt's home and like really wants to be Christmassy and enters like the Christmas contest, and so we can see they're gonna, like, it's Hallmark in a way, right, where you're like, one's grumpy, one's sunshine, and they're gonna bring the other one along, so that's gonna be good. And then I have Christmas Tree Farm, which is the 3rd book in that Pumpkin Spice Cafe sort of Star Hollow series. Is it Star Hollows? It's not. I think Star Hollows is actually Gilmore Girls. Anyway, this Christmas Tree Farm book is the 3rd book, and this book will follow a new girl in town, Kira, who we met in book 2, and Bennett, who is the main girl in book 1's brother. No, it's the main girl in book 2's brother. And it looks like Kira's going to open up a tree farm. Bennett's going to come back to town for the holidays. Bada bing, bada boom, they're going to be in love. And so I think that's going to be cute. I really think that series is niche in the sense that, yes, it's corny. Yes, it's just kind of cringe, but it's not supposed to be anything else. It's just cute, romance, fun, enjoy it for what it is. I'm excited to read that. So those are most of the books that I want to read this month. Now, again, I can't guarantee all or any of these will be read, but they're on my list. I also want to note that I'll probably sprinkle in some Babysitters Club books. I'm on book 54 right now. And then I just got my Book of the Month Club ordered a couple days ago. I think they were up on Wednesday, actually. And I have 5 books coming from there. So we will see how that plays into the total, but I'm just hopeful. I think my main priority is, yes, I love the holiday books. They're all really cute, but my main priority is to get done with some of these books that I've been kind of hanging on to this year. I want to just move them along so I don't have them coming into 2025. So that is my December reading list of possibilities. I cannot believe we're already saying December. This year has flown by. And so I would love to hear if there are any of the books on the list that you've read, what you think about them, or if you have any great suggestions for me for December, I would love to hear them. As always, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.